Everybody, and welcome back to the next video in our introduction to bonsai, our Learn to Bonsai series of videos. This is Papa from Tampa Bonsai LLC, or tampabonsai.com, and the title of this video is short and simple. Now you have a tree, what do I do next? This is not designed to replace the Learn to Bonsai series that is coming down the road. That will basically teach you from A to Z all the basics required to locate, choose, design, style, and create a bonsai from start to finish. Basically, this is video is basically just to help get you by until you go through that series, so that you're taking care of the tree appropriately between now and the time you learn the entire process. What we're starting here with right now, this is a Fukien Tea, which is a very popular imported species of bonsai tree. It's a tree that most all beginners are going to end up with at some point in their collection. They're very nice little trees. They're cute. They have a really old styled looking trunk no matter how old they are, and they're pretty prolific growers. This tree you want to protect, no, we'll say below mid 40s. It's easy enough to bring it inside for the evening and then take it back out the next day. Now, keep in mind that we're in West Central Florida, so our weather is a lot more accommodating than a lot of you that may be watching this. Unfortunately, I apologize, I don't know a lot about snow and ice. I've been a Florida boy my entire life, so if you are in a snow and ice area and you want some advice on how to take care of your tree, look up the Bonsai Society of America, find one of the local clubs in your area and get some advice from the locals. But this should still help you along and help get you on the right track to at least taking care of the tree, trimming it, styling it, and whatnot. You can deal with the wintering issues at a more of a local level. Now, a lot of times, this is a perfect example of a kind of tree you'll pick up. It's basically styled. It's not a very old tree. It's not very well developed, but it's a healthy, cute little tree. In a few weeks, though, it's going to start not looking like this. So first off, let's start with sun and water. These guys want some level of sunlight. All bonsai want some level of sunlight. They're really not indoor trees. They're best kept outside. Some of them, such as this, will take a little less sun than others, but they want sun. Trees want sun. This is actually a flowering species. If a tree flowers and fruits, it's going to want more sun, more fertilizer, and whatnot. As far as the watering, if you notice, you can see through here that the soil is not a lot more than just rocks. It's basically volcanic rock, a little bit of fired clay, and some pine bark material. Those three ingredients mixed together is what basically makes up the soil that we use. So the only organic in it is a third pine bark. Now, all the items are very absorbent, so they will hold water, and they hold water very well, but they do dry down fairly quickly. By using a soil such as this versus a black dirt soil or Miracle-Gro kind of soil, we do get a quick dry down period, but we have almost no organic matter that can rot or decay to create root rot and pests and such like that you'll see in normal house plants. But because of the type of soil it is, because the pots are not that terribly deep, because the soil is fast drying, at least out in the Florida sun, you can figure needing to water these typically every day. It's real easy if you get a few of these, which they are quite addicting. You're successful with one or two, you will have a little collection. Set up a little irrigation system with a little battery operated timer sitting off of the spigot running to a little sprinkler. But you can probably expect that every day, maybe every other day at the most, these are going to have to be watered. And it's real simple on a one that's not been too long in the pot. You can dig back through the soil and you'll see as it gets darker as it goes down, it's showing that it's still moist and still wet and still cool, whereas the top's a little bit dry. Come the middle of the night when it's time for this thing to be watered, this soil will probably be pretty dry and it'll be right on schedule to be watered. That being said, that is the two biggest issues that people have with maintaining a bonsai tree. One, keeping it in the right location, in other words, getting the right amount of sunlight for the species that's required, and two, watering it enough. Those two items are probably responsible for 95% of all bonsai that die after purchase. Especially from a nursery such as us, we will not even sell a tree till it's been in the pot at least 30 days and is busting out new growth. We're not going to sell any trees that are not healthy and driving growth. So once you get one from us, you can expect it to go from this to this in the course of just a few weeks or so. Now, right now it is the winter months here, even in Florida, so things are a little bit slower growing, but you can't let a tree go like this for long. If you do, as this stuff starts growing out, it starts robbing all the energy that the tree needs. So you'll start noticing that the little pads and areas will start getting much thinner with a lot less growth. It won't be as full to the inside, and it's wasting all the energy out on all these sprigs that are growing out. Now, ideally, what we're trying to do is to take it into a level such as this. Now, this is a Chinese elm tree. Has a similar growth pattern. They're fairly quick growers, but it certainly is a very different species. This is a deciduous tree, so it's actually thinking about losing all its leaves here soon. But it's a good example, if you can see, that it has primary branches, secondary branching, and some tertiary branching in here. Plus, if you'll notice that all of the pads we're trying to set up in a asymmetrical triangular shape. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but you'll notice that the overall tree is also in an asymmetrical triangular shape, and that has a lot to do with the Japanese philosophy, which we'll discuss more as we get into the Learn to Bonsai series. But I want you to see what the pad that we're looking to do, because a lot of the newer trees, as you'll notice, basically just have a primary branch coming off of them. It's up to you to develop the secondaries and tertiary branching to create the little pads and layers, which is what makes for a really nice looking bonsai tree.